Well, good evening, everybody, and hey, welcome into Union Red Hawk basketball here inside the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School. And as game number one for us tonight, as we've got two games between the girls and boys, Union and Bixby, alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit, and Casey, here we go. Red Hawks bringing their number 4 ranking in. The girls tonight, first up against the number 1 ranked Bixby squad. And last week, they played Sand Springs, the number 3 team, and they had some foul trouble. TK Pitts and both Sydney Smith fouled out. So that was the story last week against a very good and really a tenacious Sand Springs team. What about Bixby tonight?
You know, realistically, it's been kind of roles reversed because typically Union's, kind of sitting up there at top. People are chasing them down. Well, now it's kind of roles reversed. So it's going to be interesting to see how Union comes out and handles, kind of being the hunter instead of the hunted for once. So, you want to keep Sydney out of trouble. You want to keep TK out of trouble because that's really what got them into where they were against Sand Springs. So if you can keep both of those two out of foul trouble and off the bench, that's going to be one big key to contend with these Lady Spartans tonight.
And one thing that we want to point out is the fact that with TK fouling out, with Sydney fouling out, then you bring in a bunch of freshmen. And he brings in freshmen and sophomore, and it's still a 3 or 4 point game. Talk about the level of confidence that Coach Redmond has in the girls that are sitting on the bench.
It goes a long ways because typically the first 2 people off the bench are both freshmen with Coleman and Woodard. So,
yeah.
Whenever you come to, typically you're trying to go to seniors or juniors off the bench, but when you're going straight to freshmen, it's hard to really not put into your team of, hey, I trust you, I got you, go do what you can do, don't try to do too much, and we'll get it going.
Well, and we've seen what Coleman and Woodard have done for Coach Redmond off the bench. Now let's talk about Bixby. They come in winning with an overall record of 14-3, but one of those 3 losses, is to the hands of the Union ladies back now a long time ago, December 14th. The final score, 29-25. So a defensive struggle tonight on both sides.
Yeah, it's both of these ladies have a really good defense, so that's probably something that you're going to see a lot of. They're going to try to figure out the game plan of what they did in the first game, what didn't work, what did work. So you'll probably see a lot of probably up-tempo from Union to try to get these Lady Spartans into running them and trying to chase them down.
So, and we can run. We know, and TK can run. Malum can run the floor with them. Is there anybody that you want to see Union get into a rhythm early?
I think to me, it's going to be the big one that, we talk about a lot, how she's not necessarily as flashy as TK, does all these little things like McKenzie does. But I think the big one to me is going to be Highshaw. If you can get her going early, because she's kind of that little piece of this puzzle that when she is rolling, she's doing what she can do, this team is really hard to beat.
Yep. So Bixby brings in its number 1 ranking. It's number 4 Union, number 1 Bixby. We'll have the starting lineups in the call coming up right after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School for tonight's matchup between the Bixby Lady Spartans and your Union Red Hawks. At this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. First, let's meet the visitors, the Bixby Lady Spartans. At 5'6", a junior, number 2, Gentry Baldwin. At 5'8", a sophomore, number 14, Brent Daniel. At 5'9", a junior, number 22, Gracie Wernley. At 6'3", a junior, number 23, Meredith Mays. And at 6 foot, a junior, number 33, Alyssa Nielsen. Head coach of the Lady Spartans is Tina Thomas, assisted by Kristen Atkinson and Corbin Burchett. And now for the starting lineup for your Union Redhawks. At 6'1", a senior, number 0, TK Pitts. At 5'3", a senior, number 11, Desiree Marshall-Penny. At 5'10", a senior, number 14, Mackenzie Malum. At 6 foot, a junior, number 21, Aubrey Heisha. And at 6'2", a senior, number 33, Sydney Smith. Head coach of the Redhawks is Joe Redmond, assisted by Sean Davis, Joe Davis, and Amari Dennis.
As members of Union Renegade Regiment welcome you back in to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School, and we got a good one tonight, Casey. Number 1 Bixby and number 4 Union, and dude, this may be as fun as the Booker T boys games that we've seen.
Man, you always love to see a top 5 matchup, so it doesn't really matter, you know, who's what. At the end of the day, right now, the rankings kind of go out the windows because both of these teams are really good, so it should be a very fun matchup.
In the heart of the season for sure, and so for Coach Tina Thomas, she'll start Baldwin, Daniel, Wernley, Mays, and Nielsen. A young squad as well as a host of juniors, and Daniel being the only sophomore, and Bixby will win it off the draw. Coach Redmond, it's the typical Pitts, Marshall-Penny, Malum, Heisha, and Smith. And we're underway. Bixby winning the tip. They'll work it around. Inside, nice cut there, but she stops, drops it back. Pass out high. Nielsen thought about taking the shot, but they'll slow it back down. That was interesting for Baldwin. She just held up.
Honestly, it confused me probably as much as it confused the Lady Redhawks because she had a wide open lane and she just didn't take it. So
Mays hustles in there, had 3 Union players on her, but Mays come away with it, and the ball was tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Smith. Inside, nice drive, nice 2. Wernley, nice job and a nice drive right in the paint, boy. And Malum held up, just let her go.
Yeah, she really did a good job of sealing off Malum there because, you know, we talked about it before. Sometimes you can get that elbow too far extended, so she did a good job of not extending it, just sealing and driving in.
Now Smith will slow it back down, get it back to Marshall-Penny. Couldn't get around. Tenacious D for Nielsen for sure. Now Malum. Malum drives the lane. She'll look to dish it out. Back out to Pitts. Spartans coming out with some sticky defense. Now Smith. Smith will look to try to get it back inside to Pitts. She does. Pitts goes to work there, and that's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, these Lady Spartans aren't giving them really any room to move, so you're going to have to see a lot of off-ball screens, a lot of off-ball movement to try to get these Spartans kind of off of their heels a little bit to open up some windows.
If you missed it in our pregame, Union came away with the first game 29-25, a defensive battle for sure, but that was, goodness, a long time ago, back on December 14th. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. Both of these teams have played very, very well, and their rankings show it. But right now, it really looks like everything runs through Edmond North, as well as they're playing down on that side of the I-35.
Yeah, I tend to agree, but, you know, both of these teams they're ranked in the top 5 for a reason. So, you know, basketball is one of those sports to where you got to bring it every night, and if you don't, it's easy to get beat. So
nice inside turnaround jumper, and it's good. Mays with a nice jump, 6'3", and she'll be the tallest for Coach Thomas. on the Bixby squad.
Man, that's I think that's the first time I can really remember that Union doesn't have the tallest girl out there.
Now up ahead, Wernley looks, dishes, back to Wernley. Airballs that, and Malum will get bumped by Baldwin, and she'll get charged with the first foul. Early on, and I think you and I can both quickly see, we didn't get to see the first matchup between them and Bixby, but I think I understand why it was 29-25. Inside, Pitts will go to the line.
Yeah, there's you're never going to hear me complain about good defense. So it's so far they've come out and really been extra sticky. So if they can continue this trend, there's a good reason why they're ranked number 1 right now.
TK at the charity stripe, she'll get the first. And if they're going to give us that, we've got to do that all night.
Yeah.
That's got to be something that we shoot really 80 or 90%. Because as we know, these games are going to be that close. There's a turnover. Nice job, Highshaw with the hands. And up ahead to Pitts. Pitts can't get it to go. She gets her own rebound, fights back, and gets it to go.
And that right there is what they're going to have to do. Fast breaks, transitions, get the ball moving up the court, because you know, Union has just a little bit of speed advantage on Bixby, so they're going to have to use that tonight to really get Bixby to kind of quit chomping at the heels a little bit with their defense.
Well, and it's the one thing you mentioned, speed. It will be a factor tonight because height, you said it earlier, height's not an advantage for us tonight.
No, this is one of the very few times that Union doesn't have a height advantage, and honestly, it's probably pretty even across the board.
Nielsen shoots the 3, and Bixby's thrown up some air balls, but there's a nice job up ahead. Baldwin, and good court vision by Bixby to get the cutting Baldwin. And
Baldwin's got a pretty quick release on her, so that's even more confusing why she didn't take that open look earlier.
Now Smith. Smith puts it on the floor. She'll drive the lane. The ball's going to be tipped out of bounds. And I'm not sure anybody from Bixby knows how to count because they want to travel, but that wasn't a travel. Now Malum will inbound the ball. To Highshaw. Back to Malum. Malum from her corner. And she's shooting all air. So maybe some nerves on both ends of the ball coming out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you have kind of the matchup that you got tonight, there's going to be a little bit of extra nerves because it's not your typical, 1 versus 20 or 4 versus 16. So this is a tough game. It's also going to help with seeding opportunities and realistically just bragging rights as well. So
now Mays with a hustle. She gets the ball over to Wernley. Wernley kind of fumbles with it. Pitts comes away with the steal. Nice job by TK. Boy, she wanted the fast break, but I think it was good for her to follow it.
Yeah, that's, TK is one of those that she can, when she gets going really quick. So I've kind of put a little bit of extra pressure on her. I've been telling her I want her to dunk, so I'm glad she doesn't listen to me and she goes with the instincts.
Tell her to do. And quickly, TK's got all 6 for Union. Now another cutting Baldwin, and TK Pitts jumps all over, not intentionally by any stretch of the imagination. No. Not at all. Not at all. Pitts will get charged.
It's a smart play by Baldwin. She knew TK was coming in. She knew she could feel a wolf on her back, so she, quick hesitation, stopped, fake pumped, and TK went right over the top of her.
Now Smith will get charged with a foul. I think she was holding Mays as Mays was trying to cut into the open. And just like that, Vanessa Coleman's going to check in. Sydney Smith is going to have a seat as Smith quickly gets 2 fouls. Now Wernley surveys the situation. She'll get it back up high. They'll work it around to Nielsen. Nielsen far side for Baldwin. Baldwin works back inside to Mays. Dry, can't get it to go, but she'll go to line and shoot 2, and I think that's going to be on Highshaw. Yep. Highshaw, and quickly, there's 4 team fouls early on, and Smith is on the bench with 2 of those.
Yeah, which that could be a little bit costly here in this little stretch because you take your big girl out, and now Bixby's going to want to try to push that ball inside, which they've already been doing it. And now that you take the big out, they're going to want to push it in there more. Or at least I would assume so, because I mean, if I was coaching, that's what I would want. You get your big out. You try to attack that weakness.
Yeah, because what you're giving up a 6'2" Smith for a 5'8" Coleman, and as feisty as Coleman can be, that's a lot of size there. Nice drive there by Highshaw. Can't get it to go, and Bixby will come away with it.
Speaking of Coleman, what you didn't see was a beautiful seal by her there to allow Highshaw to really get that corner.
And there's Pitts with the rebound. We'll see if TK takes over, as we know she can do with her and Malum still on the floor. TK will run it. Malum will come far side. They'll shoot it to Coleman for three. Good. And the fist pump from Casey Jordan.
Sorry.
And he's excited. No, nothing wrong with that.
I'm getting a jersey. Just wait.
Emily Barkley, if you're listening, I know you and the hubby are upstairs probably watching us online from your office. We need a 22.
I got a like from Miss Coleman on Twitter.
Yes,
so that's,
there you go. What are you a size? What are you? Are you out of juniors yet? What size?
No,
are you?
I'm still a 16T.
1:56 remaining, 9-8 here. And Bixby super patient. They know what they want, and if they don't get it, they're smart enough to back off and then try to figure out what they want. There's a nice drive there by Wernley. TK smart not to try to do too much there defensively.
Yeah, it looks like she's learned a little bit from that Sand Springs game. I mean, if they're calling your aggressive style of defense, that you're gonna have to be a little bit smarter where you're putting your hands. And
Highshaw gives it away. Pitts with a nice hand. She'll get it back up high to Malum. Malum's gonna look this side and have Marshall Penny to her left, and TK Pitts is gonna set the screen. She'll get it to Marshall Penny. This side to Coleman. Coleman puts it on the floor. Looking at Highshaw. Highshaw's looking for it. Coleman drives, dishes it back to Marshall Penny, and she'll drive and get the foul.
yeah, couldn't tell from our angle really what that was, but once again, it looks like the ladies are really trying to do a good job of sealing off their defender to where it'll allow whoever has the ball to kind of leak in around them. So I really like that mindset and that philosophy of, you're not blocking, but you're just getting in the way. So,
and there's a big difference. There's a big difference in that for sure. Marshall Penny to the line to shoot the second at 2. Missed the first one, gets the second one, and we're knotted at 10 with 1:02 remaining. Now down. Bixby corner. They're going to work it a little quicker here now. Wernley inside, can't get it to go. She hustles and almost gets her own rebound. That's going to be tipped out. Last touch by Wernley. Great hustle by them, and that's something that Union's got to contend with. They got to continue to hustle. They can't wait for the ball to come to them.
Yeah, they're going to have to kind of put in a little bit of extra effort on boxing out tonight, because these Lady Spartans, they've shown that they're not going to just back down and give in. They're going to fight for everything they got.
That's why they're ranked number 1. Now Malum back up high to Pitts. Pitts will survey the court. She's got Marshall Penny to her right. 24 seconds, 23, and Coach Redmond telling them to just wait. Knotted at 10. And did you expect anything less?
No. But I'm here for it, man. This is, as much as I enjoy beating people by 20 or 30, these close games are a lot of fun to watch.
Can't get it to go. Pitts with a nice job. Rebound. Can't. Bixby will come away with it, but we're knotted at 10, and everything we asked for sure. The regiment will walk us out. We'll be back second quarter right after this. Welcome back inside the UMAC here on the campus of Union High School. It's Tulsa, Oklahoma on a February evening. It's number 1, Bixby number 4, Union. And really the only big story is the fact that Sydney Smith now is sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. And she's one of the bigs for Union, so we'll see how Union reacts and how it really affects their game moving forward. If Bixby works it inside, because right now there's a big size advantage with the 6'3" Mays is covered there by Highshaw, and Highshaw's clocking in here at about, oh goodness, 6 foot, so 3-inch, 4-inch advantage.
Yeah, but what Highshaw gives up in height, she makes up for it in determination, because that girl, she's very good on defense. You know, she doesn't really get out of position, and she's willing to fight and do the dirty things that you.
And just what we saw there. That possession, Highshaw with great defense. They had to kick it back out, and then they missed it. Pitts with a nice move. And Pitts has got 8 of the 12 points, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds. And a little momentum swing here for the Redhawks.
Yeah, and this is where, this is big for Union. They want to really take advantage of it, kind of give it a little bit of breathing room. So you want to be smart. You don't want to try to force anything, but you kind of want to go to the hot hand of TK right now and, just keep letting her go to work.
And what may be kind of a shock to me is the fact that Mellon doesn't have any points.
I don't think she's even taken a shot yet.
Yeah, I think she had a little base jump. Yeah, like about a 15-footer that was in and out. TK barking some orders, gets Coleman to move. She'll bring it around, give it to Malum. Malum will come up high now. She'll drive, turns, tries to dish it to Highsaw. Boy, and that 6'3" frame of Mays was right in her grill.
It was. I mean, it was a good look, though. She had a nice penetration, had a little spin move, got an open lane. But, whenever you're coming in and you got a 6'3" hand popping up in front of you, it's hard to – your window can close pretty quick.
Quickly. We saw that a lot with the boys, especially with the likes of Madrid and Pierce. That happens quite a bit to the boys. Now Baldwin. Baldwin trying to set the screen. Boy, and she's got that first step is something else for Baldwin.
But once again, even kind of Nelson there, she did a really good job of sealing off and, just getting in the way, which allowed Baldwin, because she's got a very quick first step. Once she gets around the corner, she can get downhill pretty quick for only being – I say only 5'6". She's taller than me, but she got that quick step and she can hit it and go.
Yep. Air ball there. Shot from Union, last touch by TK Pitts, and it's 5:48 remaining, and we're knotted at 12. Coach Tina Thompson over there talking it over with Atkinson and Burchett, the 2 assistant coaches for Bixby. Nice turnaround, didn't get it to go, and out of bounds. Bixby.
I think you got a little lucky there. That looked like it might have been off either Highshaw or TK, but you'll take it if that's the call. But once again, Highshaw doing the little things, and when you got a 6'3" girl on you trying to box you out and you fight her the whole way, that's really good defense there by Highshaw.
Pitts will take the drive. Ball's gonna ball before the shot, so foul on the floor. Malum will take it out. Wernley second. Nobody in really any foul trouble, with the exception of maybe Wernley at 2. But now Pitts shoots it in and out, can't get it to go. Good look by her, and I think Mays was kind of surprised that she went ahead and took it. She didn't even flinch, try to block it or anything. So
TK's a good shooter, so once again, if you're just going to allow her to take it, you might as well go for it, because she can hit that shot relatively easy.
Mm-hmm. Now Pitts with the rebound up to Malum. Malum will bring it across. She'll look, dish. Now the drive by Highshaw, going strong. Tipped last by Bixby. Union's ball, I like that. I like that drive. I don't know if, from a coaching standpoint, if you're happy with the selection, but I like the confidence in Highshaw to drive like that.
I honestly, I like what they're doing on offense. They're moving the ball around. They're not getting too stagnant, but they're doing a good thing of moving off of the ball. Even though you don't have the ball, except for kind of right now.
Right. Jump ball. Wow, and I'm not 100% sure that, with respect, that Mays had any kind of hand on that besides the slap.
Yeah, I'm going to agree, but TK kind of got lucky there because she was pretty close to a travel. So
we'll take it.
Yeah.
Now inbounds to Highshaw. Highshaw looks for Marshall Penny, can't find her there, and Malum will come out and give her a hand. And there's that defense that we've talked about. Bixby, sticky. Marshall Penny, far side, or near side, I say, to Coleman, and Coleman throws it away. Pitts was going one way, Coleman thought she was going the other.
You know, and that's going to happen when you have a freshman and senior. You know, you just don't quite have that communication down, and you know, it's a freshman mistake, but you know,
you're knotted at 12 with a lot of basketball.
And it's a learning opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Nice three ball there, can't get it to go. Rebound Bixby. Back to three, and Wernley.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yep, and Wernley's got 7 of the 15 for the Spartans. Coach Redmond out to talk.
Yeah, I think he was kind of telling them to pick up the pace a little bit, because that's really, you know, when they kind of got in control and really pushed the tempo and had the momentum, is when they didn't dictate to what Bixby was doing. They tried to be the leaders.
Now Malum drives, dishes. With Pitts and Coleman, we're right there together. Back inside to Highshaw. Nice bounce pass there. Come on, baby, get in there. There we go. Great court vision by Pitts to see Highshaw. And the lead is 1 for the Spartans.
Great
now
vision
Wernley.
by Pitts and great finish by Highshaw. So it's, you know, honestly good execution on both ends.
Now Mays kicks it back out to Wernley. Wernley, nice little move, and that's he's gonna call it on the floor. So no basket. That's an interesting call, but we'll take it. Now inside, nice job. Boy, Wernley's another one. She's only 5 foot, but boy, she gets in there super fast, and great court vision by these ladies. They've done this a few times.
Yeah, and you know, that's one situation where you have Marshall Penny down there in the kind of in the loading zone, and you really don't want your shortest girl just sitting there kind of underneath the rim trying to be a rim protector.
Highshaw, nice little jumper there. Great look by Malum. She drew a couple of defenders to her, kind of opened up Highshaw, and she took the nice little jumper. And Highshaw's got 4. Now they'll work it far side. Mays surveys, tries to get it inside. Nice job there, and a big block by Pitts. And that'll be out of bounds. Nielsen not happy, but
No,
great defense.
Yeah, she wasn't expecting the TK to come flying in like that. And
boy, and there's that length. Mays showing off. Highshaw sticking to her pretty good, but those arms that long, you could throw that ball just about anywhere. Mays is gonna stick it. 2:17 now remaining, 19-16. Number 1 on top of number 4 right now. Pitts will have it. She's gonna survey again. Back up high to Marshall Penny. Marshall Penny to Malum. Malum in the corner. She'll look inside, and there's a Nielsen's going to get charged with a foul as she's over the back of Highshaw. Not sure how you call. Might have heard a fan say it's a little one-sided right now. I see team fouls at 5 and 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not too sure what they're looking at, but regardless.
I don't know. Maybe I don't see another number in front of the 5. So.
Well, we don't have that on our board either, just to be fair. Now Coleman in, drives, can't get it to go. Bixby's going to come away with it. Nice job by Baldwin there. I think Coleman couldn't decide what she wanted to do with it, and Baldwin quickly to get the steal from the freshman. Tipped out of bounds. And Wernley wanted the call for Bixby, but
Yeah, one thing Bixby's going to have to do, because they're kind of getting in this little trend of, you know, pointing at the ref and arguing almost every call. That's not something that's going to end up going in your favor. So even if you don't agree with it, kind of keep your head down, keep fighting, because it's still, you know, it's a one-possession game. So you don't want to get your team out of it by calling attention to yourself from the refs.
Yep. Baldwin's going to get her second. So for Bixby, you got Baldwin, Wernley, and Nielsen all with 2 fouls. And the 2 fouls for Union is sitting on the bench right now in Sydney Smith. Now Pitts. Pitts jumps, can't get it to go back to Coleman. Coleman over to Malum. And Malum with 1:07 remaining will set it up. Malum loses it. Tipped last there by Baldwin. Baldwin's got some great hands. Those little things like that, tipping the ball.
Honestly, you know, between Coach Redmond and Coach Thomas, one thing that you can say without a doubt, both of their teams are going to play defense.
19-16. Although I will say we're almost more points scored right now in the first half than the entire game. And with 40 seconds, it looks like Coach Redmond's going to wait for the last shot. And he'll hear it from the fans, but let's be honest, if it's a shot clock, it's a different deal, and we've talked about this. The one holding the ball right now is the one that tweeted out there should be a shot clock.
No, and, you know, she's just doing what she's told right now.
Yep,
you know?
yep.
Coach Redmond said hold it, and if it was up to her, she wouldn't be holding it right now.
Not at all, not at all. 8-7. Now Pitts drives, dishes to Coleman. Coleman for three, can't get it to go. Rebound Highshaw, can't get it to go, and that's going to end it. Nice job by Highshaw to battle for it.
No, it was a really good look there by Coleman, but, you know, Highshaw, she's one of those that she will just continue fighting, and that's a piece of a puzzle that you can't discredit and you can't replace. So
yep.
I love the hustle and the fight from Highshaw.
19-16 is your score at halftime. We'll take a 10-minute break. You're back, number 1 and number 4 on the Union Sports Network after this.
Of your Union Varsity High Steppers. These ladies are preparing for their upcoming regional and national competitions. Officers are Lieutenants Grace Estep and Isis Bridges, Co-Captain Taiwana Lark and Captain Brenda Terrazas. The High Steppers are under the direction of Christy Posey, Sterling Scheidler, and Ashley Mathis. Once again, your Union Varsity High Steppers.
Cold is the water, it freezes your already cold mind, already cold, cold mind. And death is at your doorstep, and it will steal your innocence, but it will not steal your substance. But you are not alone in this, and you are not alone in this. As brothers we will stand and we'll hold your hand, hold your hand.
night dancers. These future Union cheerleaders will perform a dance they learned last night.
Nation, rise up and take flight. Let's go. Union Junior High. Union.
Girls out here hustle like they mean it, making money, most don't have to see it to believe it. We hustle, queens like you and me.
Go big red, yell it, let's go Union. Red Hawks got what it takes to keep your feet moving.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back in here to the UMAC. It's second half action. And Casey, anything unexpected happened in that quarter or that half?
No, good defense. That's about what you expected when you have these two ladies going head to head like they are. You got number 1 versus number 4. You know, the first game, both teams were under 30 points, so you fully expected a low-scoring, good defense, and that's what we're getting right now. So,
talk about for a minute the fact that Sydney Smith had 2 fouls early on. She sat out most of the first half. Now Bixby's got 3 players in Baldwin, Wernley, and Nielsen that both have 2 fouls. You want to go after those?
you know, you'd like to try to get them sitting on the bench to kind of change that role a little bit, but realistically, I mean, Bixby's doing a phenomenal job with their defense, so it's going to be a tougher task, but you want to try to get either, if you can get either Mays or Nielsen, you know, sitting down for a full quarter just like they had Sydney sitting, then, you know, that could be a turning point for Union.
For Bixby, they're going to go back with their original starting 5. Coach Tina Thomas very confident in the Baldwin, Daniel, Wernley, Mays, and Nielsen. And as far as Coach Redmond goes, it's his starting 5 as Smith comes back out. So Smith is back out on the floor. And they go to work right away. Nice job by Mays, a 6'3" frame, and that was catch and shoot. Pretty simple.
Yeah, that was drawn up at halftime. They knew exactly what they wanted to do on their first possession, and they executed exactly how they wanted to execute it.
Now Highshaw, she'll look. Malum was cutting right into the hands of Baldwin, and Bixby comes away with it. Baldwin steps back, takes the 3, can't get it to go, and Smith with the rebound. That would have been a huge momentum turn if Baldwin could have buried that 3. Now Malum. Malum covered nicely there by Baldwin, inside to Smith. Smith, one dribble, turns, can't get it to go. Tipped, recovered by Bixby.
Yeah, she didn't really have the positioning that she wanted. She kind of got caught underneath the backboard a little bit more than she typically would like. So, you know, you want to see her not necessarily hesitate as much whenever she catches it, turn it.
And Wernley with a drive, can't get it to go. Tipped away by Smith, and that's going to be out of bounds, rewarded back to Bixby. Yeah, so she was a little bit too far underneath the basket when she got it.
Some of that was because she second-guessed it. You know, she kind of went up. She didn't think it was there, so she made another move to get there going. So you want to see her not second-guess it and kind of just trust what she can do, because she knows she can do it. So she just needs to trust herself a little bit more.
Yep. And so Mays back in, or excuse me, with Mays being in and Smith being in, Mays gets charged with the first foul. Over the back on Smith. Malum brings it up. They'll set it up. One of the things that you said earlier in the first half is the fact that you thought Coach Redmond wanted them to pick up the pace. I like the patience that we're seeing in Union. They don't feel like they're forcing anything right now. They're drawing some things up. There's a block. But you think you want a little bit more of a pace, right?
Well, you know, because what we've seen so far with Bixby is whenever they're running, you know, they've made a few mistakes. Whenever they settle down and kind of run what they want to run and dictate what they want to run, you know, they're at the top of their game. So you want to get them kind of moving. Not really for sure what.
I'm not too sure what the call was on that, but either way, Highshaw's going to get charged with the foul. And there's a timeout on the floor. So we'll take a timeout as well, I guess. Might as well.
Yeah.
Timeout as well. We'll be back right after this. Coming back off the timeout. Bixby will get the ball up by 5, 6:12 remaining here in the third. Baldwin brings it down. She'll set it up quickly over to Daniel. Inside to Mays. There, puts it on the floor. Nice little hook shot. Boy, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, there's not much you can do to defend that. I mean, you know, Highshaw's doing everything she can to really seal her off and not allow her just to kind of go to work, but you know, it's some of those shots are really hard to defend, and she looks like that's kind of her go-to shot. So
yeah, that turnaround skyhook type shot with that kind of frame, that's good. And there's Pitts with the drive and the finish. And Pitts has got 10. Now quickly, Bixby back. They're going to seem to push the pace a little bit, but then they'll slow it down and set it up. It's like they want to push the pace at times, but then they slow it back down and get into their kind of basketball. Now Baldwin, take it down, guarded there by Marshall Penny. Daniel will get it far side. Malum with the nice hands, and she'll come away with a steal. Can cut the lead to 3. Malum hard to the rim. Nice job. And Malum's got her first 2, but those are a big first 2.
TK's got to watch that foot.
Turnaround jumper there by Nielsen. 25-20. Watch the foot from a standpoint of kicking the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's throwing that foot out there to try to stop it. And, you know, if she does get a hold of it, they're going to call it.
Boy, nice job. Highshaw cutting to the basket. Malum clapping her hands. And the lead is only 3. Now Mays. Get it over to Nielsen. Nielsen turnaround jumper, and that's a nice shot. And I don't think we're going to have a 29-25 game tonight, sir.
No.
Both teams are coming out after halftime and shooting the ball pretty well. Getting good looks and making it happen.
Bixby's found something that they think that they really like.
And Highshaw inside. Boy, and I like that. That's the second time they've gone to Highshaw inside.
Yeah, they feel like kind of, you know, roles reversed on because Bixby down on that end. They feel like they have something in that, you know, mid-range 7-8 foot shot where Union feels like they have an advantage with Highshaw right now because both times down the court, these last 2 possessions, she's done a really good job of sealing off her defender. And
got to make it. We talked about it early on.
yeah, in a game like this, free throws are going to be key here. So you got to take advantage of the opportunity whenever they give you it.
Cassidy Blankenship will check in for Coach Thomas. Highshaw will go and get 1 of 2. So not a total waste of possession down the floor. So Cassidy Blankenship, the 5'7" junior guard for Coach Thomas, will check in, as I believe Lernley came up with their 3rd foul. Now Nielsen inside, cutting Baldwin, should put it back on the floor and kick it back out. Nielsen, far side to Daniel. Daniel looking for somebody. I'm not too sure what the call was there, but I think that's going to be charged to
TK, I believe.
Well, no, it's going to be Highshaw.
Oh.
And that's 3 on Highshaw.
Ooh.
We don't like that.
No, Highshaw is not one of those players that you want sitting on the bench.
Long 3, can't get it to go, and Malum in the right place at the right time. One of the smallest frame size kids on the floor. And nice turnaround jumper, can't get it to go. Smith battling for the board. Penny comes away with it, but because of Smith's hustle. And by golly, Casey, I don't know how many times we want to see Sydney do that every time down the floor because she creates that.
Sydney's a force when she wants to be.
Yes, there you go. Now Malum back inside to Highshaw. That's going to be a jump ball. Nice job by Highshaw. Well, you could tell she fist clenched. Boy, she was hot. Highshaw's going to have a seat. Coleman will check back in. I love Highshaw battling that way. Battling that way with 3 fouls. That's great. Now TK turnaround. Good. Money from right there. And the lead is 2.
Yeah, you know, that's probably going to be something you're going to see a little bit of, especially now that Highshaw's on the bench. It's going to be TK kind of trying to not necessarily take over, but I believe the offense is going to really be dictated through what she's going to do.
So the starting 4 plus Coleman as Highshaw's on the bench. Now Mays dishes it back to Baldwin. Baldwin's going to direct some traffic. She'll tell Blankenship go far side. Blankenship will set up right in front of Coach Thomas. And the fans begin to come alive in the student section. I think ESPN is here from what we saw. 97.1, the Animals as well, sitting to our left.
Yeah, I'm not used to the ESPN announcers actually standing up and cheering and going on with the student section like they are, but it's nice to see their production coming up.
Yeah, they Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good over there. Sure, cameraman Daniel Lopez will get that. Highshaw will check in. Smith will have a seat. (27-25), 2:12 remaining. Baldwin will inbound the ball for the Spartans. Inside, nice there. Can't get it to go, though. And there's a foul. Mays is going to get charged with a foul, and that's number 2. And I think that was a frustration foul in a way, especially when McKenzie comes away with that rebound.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, she got the shot that she wanted. She missed it. McKenzie did a really good job of boxing out her defender, and, you know, it was just exactly what you said, a little bit of frustration on her side.
And one. Pitts jumper, that little fadeaway. And Pitts has got 14.
She's definitely not saying it, but I'm pretty sure you can hear it from across the gym. Every time she fades away like that, she's saying Kobe.
Can't get it to go, but she's going to hustle, and she's going to get her own rebound. Falling out of bounds, but Bixby will come away with it. Great hustle by Pitts to follow it up. Nice bounce pass there. And Nielsen. Great court vision by Baldwin. Great hustle all the way around. Pitts wanted the shot, didn't get it to go.
Yeah,
and Coach Redmond telling him to get back. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's not a possession that you typically see from Union, a one pass and a shoot. They do a really good job of moving the ball around, so you don't want TK to feel like she has to do everything by herself. So,
well, and she doesn't right now. You're down by 2. You got tons of basketball left to play. It's not like she's got to try to light it up. Let it come naturally, right?
Correct.
Let the flow come to you. Now that was Daniel. Bryn Daniel in now. Bryn Daniel will take it. She put it on the floor, give it to Baldwin. Baldwin drives, nice behind the back move, but she's going to have to slow it down. Marshall Penny with the great defense there. And Penny trying to be sticky.
So I wonder if we're going to hear the "Let's play basketball"
chant.
Coach Thomas,
Yeah. Slowing
it's
it.
different now that
Bixby has it. They'll get it inside.
Never mind.
Yep, can't get it to go. Highshaw battles. Great job there. I tell you what, Mays was great. She's going to say double dribble, and even Coach Redmond can't believe double dribble. And now fans from both sides are letting Stripes know it, and is what it is.
I wonder maybe if that was a little bit of a makeup call.
Possibly.
Because I'm not for sure exactly where the double dribble was there, but I also was turning to look down here on the other end.
And see. Yep, so Coach Thomas is going to take a timeout for the Spartans. We'll take a timeout as well. 29-27, 12.7 seconds remaining in the third. We're back on the Union Sports Network after this. As the Foo Fighters welcome us back into the UMAC, and I tell you what, it's a fight for sure. But you got a little out-of-town scoreboard there. What's your Cowboys doing right now?
They are down 5 and playing a little sloppy.
How much time you got left in that game there?
Just over 14 minutes.
We got under 12 seconds remaining here in the third. 29-27, Baldwin will control. They're going to have to hurry, though. See what Coach Thomas draws up. Baldwin drives, tries to dish it back out, double team there. She'll turn around, take the shot. Pitts will take it, 3, 2, 1, she heaves it. Not even close, but Pitts has got a big smile on her face. She knew she didn't have a prayer with that.
No, I believe she's going to have to maybe look at other avenues and not look at shot put whenever it comes to track and field. So
She didn't get that about 10 yards, did she? So that's it. Fourth quarter's coming up, 29-27. The number 1 ranked Bixby Spartans on top of your Union Redhawks. We'll be back after this. (29-27). TK with a little Muhammad Ali action there. She's feeling it. Coleman, Smith, Highshaw, Malum, and Pitts on the floor. For Union, for Coach Thomas, it's going to be Baldwin, Daniel, Wernley, Nielsen, and Mays. And this is going to come down to the wire as we expected. Now Baldwin. She'll look this side, give it to Wernley. Wernley does some dribbling, trying to get free, can't get it. And good defense there. Tried to set the screen, didn't happen. Now Nielsen. Nielsen will go to the far side and work it, give it back to Baldwin. Baldwin shoots the 3, and it's good. Nice ball movement, nice patience by Bixby. Up ahead to TK, back to Smith. Smith battles underneath, can't get it to go. And rebound Bixby. Not a possession that I was real happy with there.
ooh,
And she almost traveled. I think
sorry for that.
That was much to the chagrin of everybody. Oh, rebound came right to a cutting Mays, and Mays crashing the boards, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, you
Can't sit around and wait.
You gotta make sure somebody has a body on her. You can't just allow her to run down the lane wide open.
Yeah, with 6:52 remaining, Coach Redmond's going to take a timeout. So, hey, I want to make a quick mention that Union High School's school musical Freaky Friday is set for February 10th, 11th, and 12th at the PAC starting at 7 p.m. So if you had tickets for last week's shows, Mother Nature chose to, kind of screw up everything last week. So those will be honored. So and if you need tickets, you need to visit showtix4u.com. So it's SHOWTIX, the number 4, the letter U.com. That's Freaky Friday this February 10th, 11th, and 12th right here at Union High School. And I think we didn't bring it up in the broadcast, but if I remember correctly, we were supposed to play Sapulpa in Sapulpa Friday night, and those games were canceled as well. So I'm sure those will be made up at some point. I know how Mike Rose is over there. Great.
Yeah, with it
great athletic director.
Getting sure close to districts and regionals and stuff, though, the window's getting a little tight.
Pitts will take it out of bounds, down by 7. I hate it when I got to do math in my head like that. Math is hard.
It's tax season.
It is tax season. Malum over to Pitts, far side. Pitts tries to get it inside to Highshaw. She does. Turnaround jumper, and she'll get fouled. Nielsen will get charged with a foul, and that's going to be her third.
Highshaw's face kind of said what most people thought. I think she even was like, I'm not for sure that was a foul. You'll take it, but
yep.
Her face kind of said what I was thinking as well.
So Wernley, Mays, and Nielsen all have 3 on the floor. For Union, it's Smith and Highshaw with 3.
This is going to be that point of the game to where, free throws are going to be very crucial. So, you want to see them really try to focus in and take every opportunity that they can to make those, because it's going to get to a point to where You can't go 1-1 when you're shooting 2.
5 team fouls for Bixby, 3 for Union. Nice job there, Daniel. Now get it.
Bixby
Daniel.
loves to run that high ball screen.
Boy, and I think Wernley didn't realize how wide open she was. Kind of butchered that. Now Malum back down. Marshall Penny will shoot the 3. In and out, can't get it to go, and there's Pitts. Crashing the boards, doing what we expect them to do. And the lead is 4 for the Spartans. Now Baldwin. Missteps there, and she slows it back down. Well, she is pesty. Nice job there, boy. Quick move. That's tough to defend, Casey.
No, it is. It is very tough to defend, because it's not that she's just doing it. She's going laterally. She's getting you, chasing her. Kind of very similar to what Steph Curry does. He's constantly running around, getting you to follow, and that's exactly what she's doing right now. And as a defender, that's exhausting.
Now Pitts is going to direct some traffic. She wanted Marshall Penny to do something. I'm not too sure what that was, whether that was to cut or whatever it was. There's Malum all by herself. She'll shoot the 3, can't get it to go. Rebound Smith. She'll come away with it. Reset. Pitts will shoot the 3. That's going to be over. High shot with a great hustle, and they'll come away with it. Now back out to Malum. Swing it far side to Pitts. Pitts drives. Can't get it to go. Follows her own shot and can't get that to go. Smith gets it back. Tons of look. Now Malum for 3. Can't get it to go. High shot with a hustle, and Baldwin finally comes away with it. When Union just couldn't get anything to stop, anything to fall. Now Malum hustles.
Looks like it's both ends.
Now Pitts slows it down, cuts inside. Boy, Marshall Penny was cutting, and I don't think she expected that pass at all. 4:22 now. Marshall Penny's pointing, wanting some folks to go to the far side. Pitts will jog to this side. Now Marshall Penny will get it right in front of the bench. She'll get it inside to Smith. Smith, far side to Malum. Malum, boy, if that was a little bit faster, I think Malum wanted to take that shot. Now back into Smith. They don't collapse on her, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds.
This is
Last touch by Mays. Go ahead.
First time in this game, honestly, from both sides, that it got a little sloppy.
Yep, it did for sure. Now, while we got a second here, basketball is back this Friday night as both the girls and boys welcome in the Bartlesville Bruins. The girls start at 6:30, and, of course, the boys at 8 right here at the John Q. Hammonds Arena. And, of course, streaming right here live on the Union Sports Network. And then Saturday is a makeup game. I will let you guys know whether we will be broadcasting that or not. That would be the game where the Jinx girls had COVID and couldn't come and make that trip. And that's a Saturday tip, and we're not too sure if we're going to have the bodies for that. So we'll see what we're doing there. I'll let you guys know. You can follow me on Twitter at RedPenThoughts. You can follow Casey Jordan on Twitter at Casey_Jordan08. Is that correct?
Yep, had to change it from the old high school Twitter handle, so.
Something a little more grown up.
Yep.
4:04 remaining, 36-30. Union will get the ball out. They'll get it to Pitts. Pitts will look for Marshall Penny, and Marshall Penny will cause some disturbance. Top of the key. I still like the patience. But I'm afraid they're looking for a 3-ball right now, and they don't need it. Now Smith inside. Can't get it to go. Rebound, high shot. She'll put it back up, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Daniel's first foul. It'll be 6 now, team fouls for Bixby.
For how sticky and aggressive as Bixby is on defense, that's a pretty good feat to be just over 3 minutes left in the game and you just pick up your first foul.
Yeah, Daniels played a great game. Smith is going to have a seat. Coleman's going to come in and take over. And Coleman's got the hot hand because she's got 9 of the 31. Pitts leads all scorers with 16.
I think that's her 3rd trip to the charity stripe where she's gone 1-1. So, that's once again free throws is kind of being the Achilles heel for this team right now.
Tip by Pitts. It's going to be last touch by Bixby, and that's going to be out of bounds. Great hands there by Pitts, but you're right. We talked about it early on because TK was one of the ones that got the first 2 free throws, and we said, man, if we can do that all night, we need to shoot 70, 80, 90% at that point. Now Malum. Malum will look inside to Pitts, can't get it to her. Now Highshaw go to work. Highshaw drives, little teardropper, can't get it to go. And Nielsen with a great board, pestered there by Pitts, but Baldwin will bring it back down.
And a surprising stat is right now we're shooting 54% from the free throw line. So, you know, they left 5 points off the board, and you know, which realistically shooting 100% from the free throw line's a hard task to do, but you know, that's a tie ball game now.
Well, exactly, and that's what I was going to bring up. Nice move there. Wow. Great move by Mays. Kind of fooled Pitts, went one way and cut back, and so now the lead is 7. Now it's crunch time.
Can see why Bixby has her listed as a forward. She has a little bit better feet and handles than a true center does.
Now with 2:19, 2:18 remaining here, defense has got to think about starting to foul because you're down by 7. And there it is. Pitts is going to get charged with a foul. That's only her first. Or excuse me, that's her second. My apologies. Smith will check in. Coleman will check out. You got some fouls to give. Are you going to foul early on here? I mean, you're down by 7.
No,
and they're going to look to sit on the ball.
I'd wait about another. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how much time they drain off here. You know, if they hold it for a solid 30 seconds trying to drain this, you're going to have to eventually get them to where they're moving.
Now Daniel will get it up to Baldwin. Baldwin looks to drive, but she'll pull it back down. There's that foot again by Pitts, but she can't get anything out of that. Now Wernley. Wernley over to Daniel. And they're doing a good job of keeping it, playing keep away.
Yeah, that's the game that they're trying to play right now.
And Pitts kicked it. That's what it was. Ball will be out of bounds for Bixby.
She's got to be careful right there. She's getting a little frustrated and kind of having some extra movements. That was close to a foul that could have been called a T. So
Daniel will check out. Blankenship will check back in. Blankenship almost turned it over there. Now we're down to 1:30, and now you got to think about fouling, I'm going to assume.
Because that's all they're doing is playing keep away.
And they're doing a good job. They're down by 7.
What Bixby fans said that they didn't like earlier is exactly what their team's doing right now.
Yep, and that's going to be Highshaw's 4th with 1:20 remaining. Coleman will check in. Highshaw's going to have a seat. Woodard will check in.
She's checking in the foul.
Yep. Woodard will check in. Smith will check out. Yep, they're checking in to foul for sure. Don't care about team fouls right now. You got to get some fouls. Get on them. Get on them. Ooh, that was all ball. That sure looked like all ball. That's Pitts. That's Pitts' 3rd. This is something that, as we move through what's a very short season now, Union's got to figure out.
You got to, it's to a point now to where as soon as they get the ball in, you got to, get Woodard up there, allow her to get a cheap foul.
Yeah, and Coach Redmond's wanting to know what's taking him so long to inbound the ball, and I can't say I blame him. I think that's what he's going to argue.
They were telling TK that she had to back up, which I don't know. I mean, she didn't look, I don't know.
Didn't look like she has to back up. The mannerisms from the official made it look like she was kind of chest bumping somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know, on the baseline, whenever there's an inbounds, you have to give enough space, but outside on defense right there, you don't have to give space.
Right.
As long as you're not holding. So I kind of agree with Coach Redmond there. I'm not for sure exactly what he was trying to tell him.
7 is the lead for Bixby. It's number 1 Bixby, number 4 Union. Appreciate you guys joining us right here on the Union Sports Network. He's Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit. And Union Union's got to figure out a way to play with these teams that are number 1, number 3, number 2, because it's a tough row moving forward. You're at home. You got to figure out a way to pull this one out. Down by 7 with just 1 minute and 14. No shot clock. It's going to be tough. Blankenship will inbound the ball. She'll get it out to Baldwin. Baldwin way out high. Doing a good job there, guarded by Marshall Penny. Guarded closely there by Marshall Penny, and I'm not too sure why we're not fouling. But Coach Redmond sees something there. And Redmond keeps telling them.
Down by 7, you got 50 seconds left. Why are you not fouling?
And they're up, and Coleman comes away with it. And maybe he knows something that we don't, because Pitt's up ahead now. She almost loses the ball, but she'll get it under control.
I'm sure
and you got to go to work here. And not the possession Coach Redmond wanted.
Nope. Just let 1 minute and 20 go off the clock, and that was the possession you turn around with. So
Highshaw will check back in. Coleman will have a seat. Coach Redmond still getting some quick defense calls out there, but we've got to get a stop here. And there we go. Malum quick to foul, but gosh, that even took 3 seconds off the clock. Baldwin's going to go to the line. Malum's only second. Team 7th at the half. They're in bonus shooting 1 and 1. I'm just going to go out on a limb. I don't have a stat sheet right in front of me, but I can't imagine Baldwin's the one you want to foul. Or maybe it is. But then, just like that.
What is going on?
Not 100% sure what we were doing there. Everybody was looking for somebody else to do the work. Coach Redmond, good Lord, yeah, you better take a timeout there, Coach. 31 seconds. The lead is 7. We'll take a timeout as well. We're back for the finish after this. Welcome back, John Q. Hammonds Arena. 31 seconds remaining. Number 1 on top of number 4 right now by 7. Highshaw will take it out of bounds here. She'll get it to Pitts. Nice drawn up play there. Pitts shoots the jumper, can't get it to go. Rebound Bixby. I hate to say it, partner, but that's about the nail in the coffin right there. There's no foul be charged on Pitts. She tried to draw it there, and I think Union's going to let it wind down. Bixby's going to come away with the victory as the number 1 team on this side of the state will take their number 1 ranking and walk out of here with a victory, 38-31. And that's it for game number 1. So Bixby beats Union 38-31. Game 2 featuring the 7th-ranked Redhawks and the 6th-ranked Spartans will tip off here at about 8:30. We'll be back with that call in just a few moments.